It's 2026 and I've been working as a photographer, videographer for about 4 or 5 years now. And after years of playing around with different lenses, I've nailed my kit down to only 2. This is a list of some of the lenses that I've owned. Wait. But when it's time to pack for a job, these are the 2 lenses that always come with me. And they are the 20-70 f4 and the 35-1.8. I know, you weren't expecting that. When I initially started writing this video, the 2 lenses that I was going to recommend were the 16-35 f4 and the 24-70 f2.8 or the 24-105 f4. But I've since moved away from that setup, and I think this is the perfect setup for me, the run-and-gun filmmaker, photographer, and content creator. The 20-70 f4 has been my go-to workhorse, do-it-all lens. This is what's on my camera for 90% of the time when I'm shooting client work, as well as most of the B-roll for this YouTube channel. And some talking head. You can shoot wide establishing shots and landscapes. You can shoot portraits and close-ups. You get the versatile zoom range, the reach, the compression. You can use it for photography, you can use it for video. It's good for people, cars, landscapes, products, weddings, pretty much anything. And I know that is what everyone says about the 24-70, except this goes down to 20, which means this has found a way to replace my 16-35. At 20, you can get beautiful landscapes, you can get vlogging shots, you can do some real estate as long as it's not super tiny. You can get crazy wide-angle close-ups. It's like you literally can do pretty much anything with this lens. And me personally, I pretty much never find myself wanting anything wider than 20mm, but if I do, I have this 11mm for APS-C, which I'm using to record right now, which if I put it into crop mode, it goes to a 16mm 1.8. So that covers all of my really wide angle stuff. But honestly, I don't even use this for client work that much. It's usually just for this YouTube because I kind of like the fisheye, very wide angle sort of vibe. And the other key lens for me is this 35 1.8. Why is that? It's small, it's lightweight, it's pretty affordable, it has great image quality, and it does really well in low light scenarios. And for that last point, low light performance is why I carry it around with me. If I'm ever in a really low light scenario, this comes in clutch. If I can only have one prime lens for the rest of my life, 35 would definitely be it. You can do portraits, you can do somewhat wide angles, because you know, I do have some gray hairs, and back in the day, 35 in the film era used to be considered wide. You can do mediums, you can do close-ups, you can do portraits, you can do pretty much anything with a 35. Now, is it the best lens at everything? Not really, but if you could only have one to try and cover all of your bases, I think this is it. This is my low light lens, and it's also my beauty lens. If I need some bokeh that I can't get with the f4 and that lens, this is it. I can always grab this and get dreamy shots. But if I'm being fully transparent with you guys, between these 2, it's definitely a 90-to-10 ratio of usage on my day-to-day client work. Now, why do I only need these 2 lenses? Versatility. If I'm at a job, I don't want to think about swapping out lenses. Nothing annoys me more than swapping out lenses. I do a lot of run-and-gun work, and to be honest, I'm just too lazy, or I'm focused on other aspects of the job to be swapping lenses around. And that's why I pick a zoom lens instead of primes as my workhorse lens. I know primes have better low light performance and better bokeh and better image quality and all of that. But if I need to be swapping around lenses all the time, then I'm losing time on set, which means I'm losing money, and I'm thinking about other stuff other than the creative aspect, which is what I want to be my focus. I mainly shoot on a Sony a7S III, so low light is not really that big of a consideration because of the 12,800 native ISO. And when it comes to image quality, these newer Sony zoom lenses are amazing. As a matter of fact, I usually soften my image in post. And when it comes to bokeh, to be honest, I think it's overrated. I'd rather get quick coverage between different types of shots than get amazing bokeh in every single one of them. Yeah, having an f1.2 lens is great and all, but first of all, you try and shoot a portrait at f1.2, and I wish you good luck trying to get the eyes in focus instead of the eyelids. It's really hard to keep subjects in focus, and you lose a lot of detail in the background. And honestly, blowing out the background and getting it into just like big, giant, abstract mess is why I think beginners really love fast primes. It's because you're being lazy with your composition. For me personally, I like detail in my background. Plus, you can really get nice bokeh at f4 as long as you're compressing enough and there's enough distance between your subject and the background anyways. I much prefer having a lens on my camera that can just twist a ring and I get different angles and different compositions and different vibes out of just one lens, because that frees up my time to focus on those aspects of the image, and that's just more important to me than bokeh. Simplicity, that's also a big factor for me. I like things really nice and simple, as you can probably tell by the fact that I pretty much only use plain white t-shirts or plain black t-shirts. I don't want to be thinking about stuff. I'm lazy and maybe a bit dumb. For me, less is more. Less decisions around gear equals more time to spend thinking about the actual important things in the project. Less gear to haul around means I'm quicker on my feet and I'm less strained when I get home or when I leave home, which in turn means I'm in a better mood, which means better projects. So these lenses, they're pretty sharp, autofocus works amazing on them. No, they don't have a lot of personality, sure, but I can add personality in post if I want to. So to me, they're great all-rounders. They can pretty much do anything. I probably don't want to overcomplicate, so two-lens setup works amazing for me. Actually, as a matter of fact, you can even argue that a lot of people don't need the beauty lens and they could probably just get away with the 20-70, and I do it a lot of times. Some of my filmmaker and photographer friends probably only use one lens and their work is pretty good. So I know this begs the question, what if the project asks for something else? I'm glad you asked. My advice in this video is you should own these two lenses. I'm not saying you can't have others. Say you shoot a lot of sports. Sure, having a 70-200 might be really nice for you. But if you have one project a year that asks for a fisheye lens, do you really need to go ahead and buy it? Couldn't you just rent it and save the money instead? My point being, if I'm not using something on like a weekly basis, I don't need to own it. And if I don't need to own it, I don't want to own it. Niche gear is cool and all, but owning it, I would much rather pay the rental house a small fee, use it when I need it, and then give it back. And then just have it sitting on a shelf, collecting dust for years to come. So that's my take on the lenses that you need. If you do anything similar to me, that's social media content, freelance work, event coverage, bit of weddings here and there, go ahead, get yourself these two, and you should be set for like 95% of your shoots. On a quick note, touching on macro lenses, I actually have a video coming out where I talk about this little magical piece of gear that could also probably replace any of your macro lenses, and even spice up these lenses. And surprise, it's pretty affordable. Definitely more affordable than any macro lens out there on the market. So stay tuned for that. So for now, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions down below. I'll see you when I see you. Stay safe.